I'm down at Brighton Electric Studios with Universal Audio and a few friends currently setting up to record the song that you just heard a little snippet of. And why are we doing that? Well, to test out these. They're the latest offering from Universal Audio's Modeling Microphone Collection, building upon the already expansive collection they have in their arsenal. You see, Universal Audio have been at the top of the music recording game since their beginnings back in the 50s. They've been making microphones sound better for decades, and I'm not just saying that because they're buying me lunch today. The truth is, they are a business with innovation in their DNA, setting out to optimize and redefine everything they put their minds to. Having already made huge waves in the industry with their legendary Apollo interfaces, as well as all of their amazing plugins, their classic guitar effects, their amps, and so much more, their efforts in the microphone world are following the same trend. First came the Sphere microphone modeling technology, which was acquired a few years ago and completely changed the way in which we used microphones, allowing one microphone to become many. It gave us insane control over polar responses and loads of technically deep microphone nerd settings. If you want to learn more about it, you can check out the video we did with Izzy Adams back when the Sphere LX and DLX microphones were released. Next came the standard series of microphones with the SD1 dynamic microphone and the SP1 pencil pair, which brought simple and affordable options to the Universal Audio ecosystem. They're perfect for recording vocals at home or in less than ideal rooms, and for capturing stereo acoustic instruments with stunning clarity. With the release of the SC1 condenser microphone, which is perfect for smooth, silky lead vocals, Universal Audio launched the accompanying Hemisphere Mic Collection, a free plugin that now comes with the whole standard series of microphones that provides their innovative modeling technology in a much simpler format. We now have the power of Sphere, but in a stripped back and more affordable package, allowing us to model single diaphragm microphones in fixed polar patterns. So what do we call half of a sphere? Hemisphere. And now, the whole reason we're here today, we have even more options in the Hemisphere Mic Modeling range. And these ones are perfectly suited for volume, allowing us to record brass and drums and other loud sources like guitar amps. So say hello to the SD3, the SD5, and the SD7 microphones. Firstly, we have the SD3, which is now set up on the drum kit behind me, and that is perfect for snares, toms, percussion, guitar cabs, and so much more. You've got access to 5 workhorse microphone models when using the Hemisphere software, including the DN57. The original mic on which this one is modelled. You get absolutely no prizes for guessing. Next up, you have the SD5, which is currently pointed at the bass drum down there. It's a bit chunkier than the other 2 microphones, and there's a very good reason for that. It's a kick drum or bass drum specific microphone that is built to handle some seriously high SPLs, which is sound pressure level for the layman. This also comes with another 5 classic microphone models when using the Hemisphere software, including a DN sub option, which, if you're not familiar, emulates the speaker mic trick in a studio of backwards wiring a woofer to capture all the sub frequency of a bass drum. In fact, a cheeky little trick for you if you end up getting the SD5 is that you can record your bass drum as normal, split the track, and then blend the DN sub model with another regular bass drum mic model and just get all of that extra depth to your drum sound. Lastly, we have the SD7, which you can see hanging up just there, as well as one on the left of the kit, which is a hypercardioid microphone that can be used on pretty much anything. It features 5 models inside the software, which have become industry standard mics for drums, percussion, toms, instruments, and even vocals. So with all 3 of these new microphones, and indeed all of the standard series microphones, you get the Hemisphere Mic Collection plugin for free. All you have to do is register it with UA Connect and download the software. It can either run through Apollo if you're already a UA DSP user like we're doing today, or you can run it natively just like any other VST, audio unit, or AAX plugin. The software allows you to choose between 32 different mic models across the 6 microphones in the standard series range, each one tailored to the original transducer type of the real microphone. They range from large diaphragm diaphragm dynamics and condensers to small diaphragm pencil mics and so much more. You can control 3 different mic parameters even after recording, which is pretty crazy. There are 3 unique filter settings per microphone, while some offer useful high pass settings. There are others that are more kick drum specific emphasis voicings. On some models, such as the SD7, they match the physical filter models that you'd find on the side of the original microphone, giving you options such as music and speech modes. The proximity effect control allows you to adjust the distance of the microphone from the sound source even after the recording, adjusting the low frequency response that is associated with moving closer to a microphone. Just like this, for example. Moving closer to a microphone builds up proximity effect and adds more low end, whilst moving away tapers off that low end frequency response. Not only that, but you can even adjust the axis of the microphone after you've already recorded the sound source. So if you really wanted to dial in that directionality and make sure you're perfectly facing towards the sound source, or if you just wanted to dial into the sweet spot of a cab, you can do this after you've already plonked the microphone in front of it and got the take. It's easy to use and it's insanely powerful. They're also super rugged in their construction as well, allowing you to just set up on the fly and just get the take whenever you need it, and knowing that you have the software behind you to really dial in that directionality, positioning of the microphone and get the perfect sound after the fact. So never again will a good take be ruined by bad miking. Right, that's enough jabber then. Let's listen to some of the tones we got today, isolated, so you can really get a sense of what's going on. But first, let's give you a rundown of just how we got our sounds. For the drums, we're going to be using 2 SD7s in a ribbon mic model in a sort of Glyn Johns style stereo pairing technique, which involves one microphone overhead like this and one microphone equidistant to the centre of the drum kit on the side. Pedro has not forgotten how to plug in a microphone, he's merely measuring the distance from the kit to the 2 mics. Once those were set up, it was time to move on to the kick drum, and unsurprisingly we're going for the big chunky boy, the SD5. No fancy tricks with this one, we're just pointing it straight through the porthole, but we're going to split the track after the fact and blend the mic model with a DN sub-model. We're looking good, and our recording professionals clearly much more proficient at setting up microphones than they are music stands. Moving on to the snare, we're going to be using the SD3 and doing nothing other than pointing it straight at the snare drum using the DN57 model. Moving on to the bass, and unsurprisingly to most, the big fat SD5 is going to get another feature here. We're going to be blending this with the DN sub just to get some extra depth to our bass sound. Alongside the SD5, we're going to be using the trusty SD1 and pop its top off like it sat down on the beach on the Riviera. Someone didn't tell this guy that you can adjust the axis after the fact with Hemisphere, but still a consummate professional making sure we get the perfect directionality. Well, what's better than 2 microphones? 3, and we're using the SC1 condenser microphone here to get a bit more clarity, as it's a picked bass sound that we want. All round, we should have a nice punchy deep bass. Moving on to the guitars, we're going to use the SD7 again on this rather battered but lovely sounding Marshall cab. Paired alongside it is the SD3. Great care being taken here to make sure that they're perfectly in line, and Pedro's even making sure the logo's facing up. Lovely. A couple of UA pedals for good measure, including the Galaxy, the Astra and the Max, is gonna finish off our guitar sound. Lastly, we're going to be using an SC1 as a room microphone set up here to give us some ambience. Last but not least is the vocals, and we're just going to play it safe with an SC1 for lead vocals and the SD7 for backup. A quick stereo miking setup for the SP1 pencil mics is going to record our gang vocals, and with that the band is completely set up. Now let's have a little listen to how it sounds.
Called you so many times today, and I guess it's all true what your girlfriend say, that you don't ever wanna see me again, and your brother's gonna kill me and he's 6'10". You send my letters back and my LP records and they're all scratched. I can't see the point in another day when nobody listens to a word I say. You can call it lack of confidence, but to carry on.
And with that, let's listen to these mics in context with the full track. Enjoy.
Called you so many times today, and I guess it's all true what your girlfriend say, that you don't ever wanna see me again, and your brother's gonna kill me and he's 6'10". I guess you call it cowardice, but I'm not prepared to go on like this. I can't stand losing. I can't stand losing. I can't stand losing you. 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 See, you send my letters back and my LP records and they're all scratched. I can't see the point in another day when nobody listens to a word I say. You can call it lack of confidence, but to carry on living doesn't make no sense. I can't stand losing. 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 I guess this is our last goodbye, and you don't care, so I won't cry. But you'll be sorry when I'm dead, and all this guilt will be on your head. I guess you call it suicide, but I'm too full to swallow my pride. I can't stand losing. 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 I can't stand losing you. I can't stand losing you. Can't stand losing you. Can't stand losing you.
And there you have it. Simple, convenient, affordable and innovative. The Hemisphere series of mics are the ideal solution to add to any musician's arsenal, whether you're hopping between sessions or setting up your very first home studio. Perhaps if you were intrigued by the Sphere mics and their comprehensive modelling technology, but were maybe a bit intimidated by the complexity of all of the settings and such, or they were slightly out of your price range, then the standard series and the Hemisphere Mic Collection plugin are perfect for you. Thank you so much to UA for inviting me down, and thanks to Gak for having me back on the channel. Thanks to Pedro for producing the track and bringing us the mics to have a go with. And thank you to our talented musicians, Chris, Jack, Ricky and Rosie, for lending us their wonderful talents to really get the best out of these microphones. If you would like more information on the brand new Standard Series microphones, as well as the Hemisphere Mic Collection plugin, then you can find all the links that you need in the description below. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to see more things like this, and we will see you very soon.
I can't stand losing.